Because when it comes to vulnerability, it's the emotion right there that of that story. So you had a story, there's the emotion of it. Vulnerability is the challenging of that emotion and that experience in its entirety. And because it was so emotional, it creates the identity of who you are. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay, so for example, I go through an experience, a story, super emotional.
Okay.
Now I come here and I'm like, no, this is who I am because I went through this. How many times have you heard someone say that? I've been through this, so I know what this feels like. I know that.
Yeah.
Why? That emotional experience was so intense, they only had that perspective. That's it. That's the only possibility that occurs because that emotion is still what exists with that memory. The ability to be vulnerable is to say that that emotion that was attached to that story may not be true. That is the challenging of that. So when we create assumptions, when we create stories, when we create all these different things, what we're doing with vulnerability is saying that I might be wrong. This might not be me. This story is not me. That's what you're doing. Every single time that you're vulnerable, you're not saying that you're wrong. You're saying that there's a possibility that what you're feeling and what you perceive is not truth. Period. That's every single time you're doing that, being vulnerable, you're letting it out and you're saying, this, the possibility of this is not me.